Audio Jungle.
Hey, what's happening, party people? You guys know the drill. This is Chop It Up, the web-based show where we ask and they tell. I am the one and only Matt Campy, standing among the 216 TV crew here at the B-Loft studio in the ever so beautiful downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Today's guest on the show is rapper Big Steve.
What's going on?
Steve, what's going on, man?
It's a pleasure to be on the show.
How you doing today, man?
I'm feeling good. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. I'm out here interviewing people like you.
Let me not be a jerk, though. I just heard my phone go off, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that on silent if that's okay.
That sounds good. That sounds good, man.
Real good, because this sounds like it might be important. What's going on?
So tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Where are you from?
Originally from, well, I was born in Boston, but I'm originally from the southeast side of Cleveland, so that Garfield, Miles area. So that's kind of where my old stomping grounds are. And I was a normal little kid like everybody else.
And you just been from Cleveland ever since?
Yeah, definitely. I do frequent Boston quite a bit. You know, I still got family out there, so shout out to everybody in Boston. And that's Boston, Massachusetts. No other weird Boston that might exist on the map.
Boston, Texas.
Or Boston down the street near Akron. No, that's not it. It's Boston, Massachusetts.
As far as music goes, man, how long have you been doing your own music? How long have you been making your own music?
Wow. How long have I been? All right, funny story. So I didn't start making my own music until I realized I couldn't be Jay-Z.
Okay. That's a good start.
Yeah, that happened probably around the 8th grade. And then after a while, you start freestyling. You take what you kind of learned from other people. You picked up, you know, different skills, how to bend certain words, things of that nature. And then you develop a little style out of it. And it wasn't until one of my friends, his name is Clyde, we call him CJ. He came up to me and said, you should write this stuff down. Instead of always trying to guess what's going on, you should write it down. And I was like, all right. So I started writing probably around the 9th grade.
Okay, and that's like, were you writing raps then, or were you writing songs?
I was writing just like little raps, like little freestyles and stuff that I could kind of impress friends, girls with, stuff like that.
Right.
And then it started becoming more and more of a song when people started saying, well, that's dope, but like make it make sense, have a storyline with it.
Right.
And as I reflected on some of the guys that I grew up listening to, they all had these creative stories, like Biggie would. You'd be sitting there and be like, what?
Yeah.
Did that really just happen?
Tell
like,
a whole story.
Yeah, did somebody really, like, did it go down like that?
So that's back then. Now, like current you, what is your favorite, do you enjoy rapping more or writing songs?
Oh man, writing songs.
Okay.
I really do. I definitely enjoy the artistry because the artistry gets your name out there and everybody loves applause. I don't care who you are. You can be the most nervous person on, well, maybe they don't love applause.
Right.
But anybody who's seeking this life, anybody who, and I was an athlete, so instant gratification came with being an athlete too. So you hit somebody hard enough on the field, they gonna stand up and cheer.
Right.
Same thing in hip hop.
Same thing with your
Same
lyrics,
thing
man.
in music. So it's
Okay.
I need that.
So you enjoy songwriting more?
I need that songwriting. I need to be able to express myself and then have other people try to do it in that tone. I have a little bit more creative control over an artist, more so.
Okay. As far as your whole style goes, what influences you the most? Is it like old school stuff or is it like new stuff?
Kind of in the middle. I can't really call Jay and Big old school. I feel like they are, you know, at that point where hip hop started to change.
Okay.
Or kind of manifest itself into still what you're hearing today.
Right. It wasn't too old, but it was kind of right there on the brink.
Yeah.
Your whole style is more influenced by like the, what is it? I don't know. What would you say that? The 90s and the 2000s hip hop?
The 90s and the 2000s and current date if you're still kicking it. I'm going to tell you the only time that I'll probably throw a little loophole in that is I did a little work down in Akron with Lock 3 and I got a chance to meet what would be hip hop legends. So Houdini, Rakim, Eric B. It's just a number of like influential, what would be considered old school artists or the original pioneers of hip hop. Them dudes still got flow. And you can take something from those shows. So like, I can't disregard that generation at all because as I'm watching them, not only do they give better shows than the people of my generation and up to date, like I was watching the Fetty Wap show and I'm like, that's cool, but Das Effects was out there giving energy. Big Daddy Kane was still dancing, like dancing. And I'm like, that's impressive because that dude's gotta be in his 50s now. You can't knock any genre of music if they're giving you good music.
Okay.
Kanye West, expanded. Dude is insane. It's not a sound that he won't try to use or incorporate or a culture he won't try to use and incorporate. He was just on tour overseas what is that, Jerusalem and stuff like that. If you think that's not gonna be in this music, pretty soon it will be.
Right.
It will be, because that's just what geniuses do. They look and they say, you know what, this has to be infused in what I do and what I make great. And if you're making great music, use it all. Use it all. I'm not afraid to do anything. You put on something right now, I'm not afraid to do anything or try anything.
Okay, well that's what's up. That's good, man. And confidence is always a good thing.
Yeah.
As far as your music goes, like what influences you to write music? What do you? Actually, let me rephrase that. When you're writing music, do you take, you know, things from your everyday life and apply it to your songs?
Absolutely. And what I do is, I like you just said, I take things from, you know, my experiences, but what I do is I combine it with scenarios. So right now we're having an interview, and this interview has nothing to do with my normal day to day, but I'll use this particular instance and I'll make a song around it about what it would be like, and then you let your imagination kind of play into it. You know, it's more so like you're making a mini movie. Gotcha. You got 3 minutes to express this and get people to be a part of your world just for a moment. Jay-Z, that whole camp, they found that balance. And I keep referencing them because he's like my favorite rapper of all time. So you're going to hear his name like 30 times.
I guess I don't have to ask you that question then.
That he will probably see this.
Jay-Z.
Jay, if you're signing people, let me know.
Jay-Z. I was kidding. Do you have a mixtape or anything that we could listen to? Anything that these people can go and check your music out on? Any websites?
So
Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, anything like that?
You know, I am on Instagram. So if you find me on Instagram, you hit me up on Instagram. I'm at Farrakhan Fresh, which is FARRAKHANPHRESH. Farrakhan Fresh.
Okay.
People constantly mess it up because Farrakhan is a tricky word for people.
It's a little difficult.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little difficult.
But if you are looking for me, that's how you can find me. And when you find me, talk to me. People, I want to talk to you. I'm an artist. I'm not, you know, untouchable. I don't pretend to be. And even if I was selling 100 million out the store, I'm gonna stop in the street. I'm gonna say thank you. I'm gonna keep it moving, and I'll probably even listen to you rap because I know it's some really talented people on the planet, and I want them all on my team. But yes, find me like that. Yes, I do have a project that was put out about a year and a half ago. Myself and my big homie Misery Jones, we got together.
Don't talk too much about it because that's gonna be
no. I got you. But I just want to say, you know, Sean Green is a really, really creative guy, really almost genius level. I'm not even gonna lie to you, and he does some really, really good production. And me and him came out with a project called Class of 1987 Presents Race Records, and the whole point of the project was to really do the music that we like to do. People are like listening, and friends and family have always been very supportive. Actually, my mom's in the building. Y'all want to flip? Go ahead.
With the mom.
No, she don't want to be on it. That's cool. Don't get her then. But nah, she was really supportive of it too, which is really important to have like family and, you know, friends all support the project.
Well, yeah, you can't do it if you don't have people on your side, for sure.
Yeah, like a good neighbor, right?
Like a good neighbor, mom is there.
Yeah.
Steve, I appreciate it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take it to the Break It Down segment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today's Break It Down segment is called Acapella. You guys are familiar with this one, I'm sure. What basically Steve is going to do is spit his best clean bars over no instrumental. And Steve, whenever you're ready, man, take it away.
Legs crossed, dark complected, and was reading the book. No need to compliment a cousin, cause she know how she look. I'm too shook, I don't approach, I just stare from afar. Hoping if fates allow, we in the same train car, cause shorty's cute. And I really wanna ask her name. Maybe it's something ordinary like Jasmine or Jane. Maybe it's something exotic like Roxanne or Candy. Whatever baby's called, it's fine and dandy. But wouldn't it be a trip if a number she hands me saying she dig my swag and the height that my stance be? From that point on, she be my #1 fan. Being reality sucks. My daydreams understand me like, girl, you know I can be all you need. Just let me, and you'll see why you should roll with me. Cause I can be all you need. Guarantee we will live happily if you roll with me. Cool?
Yeah, that was cool, man.
All right.
Hey, you definitely, I think that's the first time on a show where somebody rapped and sang in the same, right? In the same, that was crazy, man. That sounded real good.
I appreciate you.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know you could sing.
Well, it's all right.
It was okay.
I mean, it'll do It'll do.
You told me you could only sing in the studio, man. That sounded pretty good without the studio.
I
man.
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Ain't no problem.
I appreciate it.
All right, let's take it to the 216 trivia. All right, this is 216 trivia, the part in the show where we ask the viewer questions about the artist for their chance to win 2 tickets to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Here goes today's question. In what year did artist Big Steve hook up with his producer, Misery Jones, who he has been rocking with ever since? Was it A, 2008, B, 2009, or C, 2010? You can text A, B, or C and your email address to 216-912-6039 to tell us your answers. Don't forget, you only have 2 days to tell us your answers. Then we will draw one winner from all the correct answers to see who wins the passes. Steve, one more time, man. I just want to give you a little bit of dab here, man.
I appreciate that.
Appreciate you coming on the show. We hope to hear from you again, man.
I appreciate that, man. I hope you guys invite me out again. This 216 TV, man, I hope y'all take off.
All right, maybe one day when you're rocking with Jay-Z, we get both of you guys on the show.
First of all, if I'm rocking with Jay-Z, y'all gonna be my crew.
Oh, gotcha.
It's gonna be forever 216 TV.
Sounds good to me, man.
All right, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys tune in next week for more Chop It Up.